Hello my friends, it's Rachel Archelaus here, and today we're going to talk about you and your book, or your book to be. So if you've ever felt the calling to write a book, or you thought, hey, maybe one day I'll do it, maybe I'll turn my life story into a book, or this method that I have into a book, this will help you get more organized. This will especially help you though if you're like, I want to write a book, but I don't know what to write it about. That can be a really freaky thing, you know. It's long. It stays with you forever, hopefully, and you want to feel like you're going into it with confidence, but it can be really hard to have confidence about something you've never done before, especially something as nebulous as a book. So the questions and ideas I have for you in this video will really help you know if you have a story to tell and if you want to write it now. So I just want to say I do have a class coming up next week that is called Write Your Book. I'm teaching it with fellow publisher, author, and teacher Dina Hoover. She has taught people this for a long time now. She's a really good teacher, and I'm also there as someone who has written a book and as a publisher. So together we're going to show you how to do all this stuff, how to write a book well, how to know what to write, how to organize it, and all the stuff about the publishing industry that is applicable to you. So whether you're just going to put this up on Amazon yourself or do it a bigger self-publishing journey, or if you want to go and have a major publisher publish this for you, we will demystify the whole thing and help you find ease on this journey of becoming an author. So if you're interested in that, go to intuitiveart.com/workshops/author. Okay, so here are my tips for you of how to write your purpose story or whatever else it is that's in your heart. So my first recommendation is intuitive art. I mean, I used intuitive art in the writing of my book several times just to get a feel for what the tone of a chapter should be, how to organize my book. There's just so many decisions that we make in writing a book that using intuitive art to make them for us, to get that higher self perspective, was just a huge time saver and energy saver for me. So just for fun, I wrote here, what could I write a kick-ass book about? Like, for you, it could be different. What could I write a helpful book about? What could I write a book about? Just plain and simple. And intuitive art never fails me. So the first color I got on this outside was this really rich, deep brown purple. And to me, that represents groundedness and spirituality. And then I got some of this mental strategy color, some alignment, and some expression. And then on the outside, I got my muddy color for like anxiety. So to me, this is a book about how to live your truth and express yourself in an easier way, in a more fun way, without the anxiety, right? Like how to live as you, as a spiritual being on earth, and have fun with it. Like, be yourself, not be afraid to be yourself. So I could go into more depth on this, but you get the idea. I could totally write a book about that, absolutely, from many different angles, and I could even use intuitive art to help me narrow it down if I wanted to. So that was helpful and very quick, but I have some other things for you. So here are some questions you can ask yourself, either while you're journaling or just right now. You can even listen to me ask the question. You can pause it and take notes if you want to. So here we go. What challenges have you faced and how did you overcome them? What challenges did you face and how did you overcome them? People are always looking for guidance and role models and someone else who's been through what they've been through. I lived in a haunted house as a teen and I got through that, but it was really tough for a time. And maybe that's something that people are wanting to read about, because I don't know how many memoirs there are about that. I've also dealt with substance abuse in my family, and that was really challenging. You know, I'm sure that there are a lot of memoirs out there about that can be helpful. I remember reading Glass House. That was really incredibly rich. It was her life story told in a really compelling way. Awesome to do. Write about your childhood yourself. So what have you been through in your life and how have you overcome it? That can be an incredible book. What could you talk about for hours with a friend? What lights you up? What just gets you in the flow? That could be a great book. You don't have to know everything that you'd say in the moment. You just need to know what topic you want to approach. And then you can write your outline later on, and that gives you the framework for knowing how to fill it out. And it's pretty cool. In the class I'm teaching, Dina Hoover is going to give us this method for getting our outlines from our higher selves. When I wrote Intuitive Art, she helped me do that, and that's how I made my book outline, and it was so helpful and so easy. So she's going to be doing that with everybody. Okay, new question. What do you do with clients? Can you break it down into steps? So what do you do with clients if you're self-employed or working for a big company? What do you do with your clients, and can you break that down into steps? And if you're a visual person, can you map it out to make it easier to kind of figure out? Some people aren't aware of their process. They're just like genius in the moment people. But we can map these things out if we really think about it or receive it from our higher selves. So that could be a really great book too, like more of a sharing a method book. What do you do for fun? Can you write a book about your hobby or craft? Don't overlook that. I love books about decorating and architecture and painting and quilting. Is there something that you love to do, you're obsessed with? That could be a really great book. And lastly, you can have a friend interview you about who you are, your past, your future, what you're really into. And those can be great catalysts for you really finding and tapping into what you love to talk about. Or even just a great story. We often think that our lives are just so normal, like nothing's extraordinary. Nobody wants to hear about what we've been through or what we have to say, but it's totally not true. Everyone is completely different, and what you have inside of you is definitely worth putting out on the page if you feel like, yeah, I do want to write a book. So I would say, go and write it. Write it. It's so much fun. It is a daunting task, but we're trying to make it easier in our class, and we have lots of experience helping you get there. I hired Dina as my book writing coach when I did this the first time, and I don't know if I would have been able to get through it without her. It was just so much easier with someone holding me accountable, giving me the tools, and basically teaching me how to write a book, because I didn't know how to do so many of the things that make a good book great. Okay, done. Thank you for listening. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover about writing a book that you're hesitant about. I know it's a big thing to consider, especially so soon, but I think jumping in, if you've been thinking about this for a little bit, you're ready, because you don't want to overthink it. It's just going to make the process harder and longer. So jump in, join us, write your book, and we'll see you there. All right, super love. Bye for now.